G'day there guys, Marky here, and welcome back to another r/Am I the Arsehole episode. Let's get into it. Am I the arsehole for wanting to be away from my twin sister? So I, 17 female, have two older brothers, 19 and 21, and a twin sister. I should mention that my family is pretty affluent. Ever since I remember myself, my parents encouraged me and my twin to compete with each other, while they always favored her over me. She always had their support, and I was expected to be considerate. When I succeed on something more than she does, they ask me to give up, but they never asked this from her. I do love her and my parents, even though I feel like I've been treated unfairly. Both of us have aspired to be doctors for a long time. I studied really hard for it for a long time, and so did she. This year we graduated, and both of us applied for the same programs in the same universities. The process here is quite different than it is in the US. We can start med school right after high school if we get accepted. She wants to go to the same university as I do, and so does my parents. I, on the other hand, feel like going on my own and having a separate life from my sisters. I love her so much, but we've been together my entire life. She's an introvert while I'm an extrovert, so she followed me around most of the time. I've always included her and made sure that she's happy, but it's been like this our entire lives, and I'm honestly tired. Not to mention that if we go to the same place, I would be expected to study with her and help her get high grades, and won't be able to study on my own and focus on my own success. And my parents will be mad if I succeed more than her. It's been like this for the past 12 years, which will eventually hurt me. I just want to finally be a person of my own. This is where I might be the arsehole. I got accepted to 4 different universities, and she got into 2. I waited for her to decide where she wanted to go, and then made my decision. Like I said, a different place. And then she changed her mind, and said she wants to go to her second option, which was the one that I chose. I said that it's not a problem, and I'll go to a different place, one that she didn't get into. My sister got really offended, and my parents are furious. Even though I explained myself politely and said that I love her but wanted to get a fresh start where nobody knows me. They demanded that I go to the same place as my sister or else they won't pay for my degree. Then I said whatever and that I'll be fine on my own and left to go to my grandparents'. When they came to talk to me, they just kept on saying how wrong and entitled I am, and I really have had enough, so I told them that I hate them for treating me like this. Now I'm refusing to talk to them and am ignoring their calls. My brothers and grandparents are on my side, but everyone else is telling me that I'm an arsehole. So, am I? In the comments, not the arsehole. You have the right to choose what is best for you. You have a twin. That doesn't need to define you. If you feel like you need some time apart, then that is what you need. No one can blame you for what you feel. Your feelings are yours and yours alone. I would talk to your family though. Sit down at the table and have a, if possible, relaxed conversation. Tell them how you feel. Don't go screaming and say, "I hate you, you always put me up against my twin." Say instead that you feel like there has been favoritism, that you feel like it has been a constant battle. But most of all, you need time and space to be you. Just you. Not you and your twin. You are your own person. Tell your sister how much you love her and your parents too, but this is for yourself. Make sure that they listen. It might be hard, you might cry, but don't scream or shout. Tell them you love them a lot. Try it after dinner, when everyone has eaten and everyone is in a good mood. How they are going to react, that we don't know. But remember, you're in charge of your own reaction, but you cannot control theirs. Good luck. This sounds a lot like what OP has already tried. Well, from my understanding, I might be wrong, she did it when she was angry and upset. Handling tough conversations when you're in a state of anger will make the point less obvious and redirect the conversation to the "I hate you" instead of the real facts. OP replies, "I actually explained it to them when we first applied to universities. They insisted that we'll try to get into the same places, and I agreed. But I told them that while I'm sort of okay with this, I want to be on my own and have a chance to focus on myself. I believe that I was polite, and I thought they understood me since they said that we'll discuss it later, but did not mention it until we got the answers." Not the asshole. Quote, my brothers and grandparents are on my side, but everyone else is telling me I'm an asshole. Who is everyone else? Your parents and sister? OP says, my extended family. Apparently, my parents told everyone how entitled I am and that I hate my sister so much that I'm willing to go to uni 6 hours drive from home just to be far away from her. I heard the conversation they had with my grandparents. You shouldn't let yourself be swayed by everyone thinking you're an asshole when everyone has been lied to by your parents and nobody has the sense to ask you for your side or your grandparents for their perspective. Yeah, but you said your grandparents are on your side, so that didn't work out well for them, did it? They don't want you to leave because they don't want to be stuck with your sister. They know what she's like, and as long as her insanity is focused on you, they can skate on by. Once you're out of the picture, she'll either turn on someone else or go completely off the rails because you aren't there to be blamed for everything, and you'll still get blamed for everything. I.e., her shitty grades will be your fault because you're supposed to tutor her 24/7 for free. They know she's nasty, but as long as she's just nasty to you, they'll keep shoving you in front of her to protect themselves. How wonderful and caring they are! You should really consider asking them about it. Here's the thing, it's never going to change. You can stay and suffer. You can leave, and whenever you come back, be it weeks, months, or years, you'll be in exactly the same place with them because that's where they want you. Your sister is a broken soul, and you're the bandage your parents try to slap on her. As long as you put up with it, she can't be that bad. And they can't be considered bad parents. Neat trick, isn't it? Back up to the post, we have an edit. Thank you so much for the support and ideas. I read all your comments and they are all very appreciated. My brother got me everything I thought I need, including my cat. I called the university to ask if my parents can unroll me, and they can. However, since they never paid, it'll be difficult for them and the university can try to delay them until my 18th birthday. My grandparents assured to me that they won't let them do something like that, but still, it's nice to have plan B. School starts on Monday, and it looks like it's settled for now. I will update you guys as soon as I have what to say. And P.S., I don't feel like talking to them right now. It's like all of the anger I held against them is now very substantial. I hope I used the right word, and I feel like I need to cool down before deciding what's next. They probably can also use some time off. And now, onto the update. Hey everyone, sorry I took some time, but I'm here with an update. Had some problems publishing it, but it's all good now. Reminding you that English isn't my native language, so there might be some mistakes. So, as I think I said in the comments, school started 2 weeks ago, and so far it's absolutely amazing. I have great roommates and I love my classes. It's a bit intense, but I'm keeping up. It's truly a dream come true. Well, something happened. My parents apparently called my uni and asked for my schedule. From what I understand, they said that as my legal guardians, they're entitled to know everything about it. The school told them that if they want my details, they need to come and prove that they are indeed who they claim to be, and informed me about it. It happened just a couple of days after the school year started. They haven't contacted me until a week ago when they asked me to have dinner with them. They even offered to drive to where I am, which is strange, as in the past, they never even bothered to pick me up from my friend's place. And I agreed. It was on Friday. They reserved places in a fancy restaurant nearby. Dinner went surprisingly well. A bit awkward, but they were nice. And then they told me that they will pay for my school tuition and everything else I need, but only if I take a gap year. I refused, obviously. After arguing with me, my dad said that he'd had enough of my attitude and ungratefulness. He left a 200 francs bill and left. I'll admit that I sat there crying for about half an hour before I left, with the change, as the bill and tip didn't reach 200 francs. If you're asking yourselves what was that about, then I did too. I talked to my brother, and apparently my sister decided she doesn't want to go to med school. She wants to take a vacation to think about the future with a cleared mind, or something like that. And you guessed it, almost everyone thinks that I should go with her. After all, we're twins, and it'll only be fair that we start studying at the same time. There was no contact from my parents ever since, but it's kind of okay by me. I got a scholarship, and by the end of the semester, I might get another one. My grandparents paid for the rest, and they insist that I won't pay them back, but I'm already working on that. My sister answered my messages yesterday, and she told me that I hurt her because I didn't want to be with her, and she doesn't know if she can forgive me. I understand her, and I do really miss her, but I don't want to give up on my dream. I hope she will understand me someday. So basically, I think things are alright by now. Not much changed, but I have my grandparents and my friends, so I'm fine. I'll be completely calm only after my 18th birthday, when my parents won't be able to get me out of uni. It's really soon, so I'm optimistic. Thank you all for reading and helping me. I really appreciate it. In the comments, were they the type of parents who insisted you dress identical and have identical haircuts all through childhood? This is just so weird. I'm glad that school is going well for you, and you have your grandparents and brothers in your corner. Hopefully, if your sister goes through with a vacation, she'll end up discovering she enjoys being her own independent person just as much as you do. OP says, yes, every single day in elementary school. I felt so ridiculed and I begged them to stop in middle school. Thank you so much. Your parents did you and your sister so wrong. You more so. I have identical twins, and from day one, you could tell how different they are. We treat them as their own person, but some people see twins as the same person. I don't know why. There is clearly two people. I am so sorry and proud of you for standing up for yourself. I'm glad to hear that things are going better for you. You deserve to have your own life and your own identity, separate from your sister and different from what your parents want. After all, it's your life, not theirs. OP says, yep, it's all I've ever really wanted. I think it's better this way for the both of us. Hopefully she'll understand that too. Great update. I'm a twin, and I despise parents who treat their twins to be the exact same. Twins are individuals who happen to be born during the same pregnancy. You have done a great job realizing this and striking out on your own. You're setting yourself up for success, and keep it up no matter how hard it gets. I'm afraid your sister, while she still may be successful eventually, is set up for the harder road by your parents' actions, which she is feeding on. Just be open to her when and if she wishes for you to support her, but be ready if she never comes around, and set boundaries. OP replies, I feel like we could have been so much closer if my parents wouldn't have pushed us together all the time. It's a shame, honestly. In a way, I'm glad that I can be independent, but I feel bad for my sister that she still struggles. Our next post is titled, How to Help a Wife After a Bad Haircut. So my wife went to get a haircut yesterday, and there must have been a misunderstanding between the stylist and my wife, because the haircut my wife got was not at all what she was wanting or hoped for. I know that I can't make her hair magically grow back, but do you guys have any tips on how I could help her along? I have been super supportive, telling her that I genuinely like the haircut, which I do, and sympathizing with her when she expressed disappointment and frustration. I just really want her to feel confident and beautiful, the same way that I see her. In the comments, I don't know if this actually helped, but once when we were dating, my future wife got a terrible haircut that she absolutely hated, and it made her not want to go out in public. In response, I went to the barber and told him to give me the worst haircut he could, which he did. Frankly, I think he had a little too much fun with it. When my then girlfriend saw it, she cracked up and felt better. Then we both wore a lot of hats for a few weeks. Unfortunately, there's nothing that you can do. Maybe try to help her fix her hair, but hair is something so important to women, and it can ruin our self-esteem. OP says, I completely understand that. The hit to her confidence is clear, and it breaks my heart. I guess I continue to lift her up and encourage her while it grows out. One thing is to stress that this is a perfect time to try something out that she might not have had the courage for before, like coloring or really short cuts. She already doesn't like the haircut, so maybe she can find something new to love. OP says, she wants to color her hair white, it's just not a cheap venture. Maybe I should have the conversation of this being an opportunity to try something new. If her hair is shorter, then it's cheaper to color, less balls of dye used. Also much quicker than for long hair to do a full color, as opposed to highlights. Just keep being positive. Keep saying she's sexy and gorgeous and kissing and hugging her. She won't believe it at first, but keep at it, and she will believe you and believe it herself despite the haircut. My partner did this with me when I put on 22 kilograms in pregnancy. I felt like a hideous fat ogre, but he always said that I was the most beautiful girl and would kiss me and hold me. After a bit of time, I believed him and I got my confidence back. You've got this. Just keep everything positive. She will ask and say things to get you to agree how bad it might be, but don't. Just say positive things if your goal is to make her feel positive about it. And now, on to the update. So I posted a few days ago about my wife receiving a bad haircut from a new stylist she was going to, and I reached out and asked you guys for any ideas in order to help. All of you guys were awesome in giving me ideas, and while my wife still isn't happy with her haircut, we have made a plan for her hair that she's actually excited about. So what I did was, I called her old stylist. She became a color specialist and stopped doing haircuts, and explained the situation, and said that I wanted to see about getting my wife's hair colored, and what kind of price we could work out, because money has been super tight this year. Well, I showed my wife the texts with her old stylist, and she's going to schedule a consultation to get some ideas and pricing, and we've been talking about new fun hair colors for her to experiment with and try all day. She's genuinely hopeful and excited about this new change to her hair, and I am thrilled to see her happy again. Thank you guys again for all the encouragement and ideas. You were all a huge help in giving me inspiration to put this together. Now in the comments, after I had a baby, I lost so much hair, to the point where I truly contemplated shaving it off. It was so bad, I had bald spots at my temples, and what hair I had left was greasy and brittle. I told my fiancé that I was going to shave it. He talked me down and gave me his credit card so that I could have a spa day. We also had recently moved and I didn't have a stylist yet, so I called the nearest one and practically sobbed on the phone. The stylist was incredible. The salon offered a free mimosa, and she then showed me how to style my hair to minimize the bald spots. She was amazing and helped me feel so much better. I know people will say that it's just hair, but I understand OP's wife and how shitty it feels to have a bad haircut. The postpartum hair loss is a trauma that I was not adequately prepared for. I really feel your pain, and I hope your hair is growing back. Thank you. I was so unprepared for it too, like my body had been through so much. I'm already feeling down about that, and then my hair just falls out? It's growing back, but now it just sticks up everywhere. I too got an awful haircut, which was also 3 inches shorter than what I wanted, from a very inexperienced hairdresser who was incredibly arrogant for someone without experience or skills. I was so distressed, and texted my boyfriend who drove to the hairdresser and told them off, demanded I should not have to pay after the hairdresser dismissed what I wanted and cut my hair to what they thought was best. I ended up only having to pay for the wash and blow dry. Yay. Then he brought me to visit the night Christmas markets I love. Then on the way home, he drove me to my favorite cheap bakery, and we bought a massive 4-pound coffee cream cake for me to comfort eat. It was the only size available. I ate 1 pound that night. I got sick, but hey, it helped me not to think about my awful haircut. So, win? And that's where I'm going to end today's episode, guys. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know what you thought about it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.